Where's my cola, man? Sabotage my show for the Jump Street, bro. Come on, son. Graph Champs, baby. Graph Champs Season 2. What it is. I'm the host, the vertical, squirticle, all over your girl's biz act. What it is, I see the numbers coming in. Let's go. Let's go. But before anything, you know I gotta put on my motherfucking background music.
Diablo, SR the General, full blast the beat, God, grab, chant, yeah, grab, chant, grab.
Salute everybody.
Chant, yeah, grab, chant.
We got a crazy show today, baby.
Shout out the grab champs. 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 Welcome, tune in to Graph Champs. We appreciate the love and support for all the Graph Champs. The most amazing and iconic artists out here smashing it from the train yards to the rooftops to the storefronts, highways, catching wreck. That's all the General. He be going crazy, bro, from his Instagram account, Supreme Clientele Radio. Interviewing all the icons, the ones that led the way. Salute to all the fallen legends, the ones that set the stage. Moment of silence, let us remember those. Whether they family or they were friend or foe, hate them or love them, let's show them some respect. Major contribution to hip-hop, Graph Champs to the death.
Yo, what up, E?
Ready and willing, never scared to fry. Never. Chancing the odds of getting up, prepared to rise. Super talented vandals, never scared to die. Let's show them love while they breathing.
Go ahead, share it live. Share it live, baby.
Go and tell a friend. Tell a friend. Music dope from the start up to the end. To the end. Let's show him love and call it glory time. Repost his post on your post, share his post up on your storyline.
Diablo!
So tell a friend to go and tell a friend.
Straight 16.
From the start up to the end. Let's show him love and call it glory time.
Full blast music.
Post on your post, share his post up on your storyline. That's all the God General, Graph Champs.
Sharing it live, baby.
Full blast music, the beat God. Straight 16, straight of bosses.
Bringing it back.
4, 5,
No, wait. I'm throwing this one on real quick. I'm gonna throw this one on real quick. You know what I'm saying? We switch it up on Graph Champs. My nigga Diablo with the intros, F Boom Beats. You heard? Full blast.
His spray can flow is dope, and his hitting hard as rap. Catch attacks, getting up, giving ops, heart attacks. Graph Champs, MBK, well known the squad is rap. SR the General, graffiti legend, gotta rap. All city king just watch him blow up. Ill with the feelings, always catching throw ups. Street bombing, ragging toys, truth be told, him murder. SR the General, salute the king vertical. Graph Champs, we go live.
What it is,
and we
baby?
blast away. 9 p.m. each and every other Saturday. So pull up and watch them get it in for you. Nothing but kings amongst kings, legit interviews.
Writing my name in graffiti on the wall, just writing my name.
Graph Champs.
Writing my name in graffiti on the wall, just writing my name. Yeah. Yo, salute to everybody tuning in. This is Graph Champs Season 2, Episode 13, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm the host, SR, MBK, the vertical, squirticle, all over your girl's back. Today we have a special guest, bro. This is like one of the first, like, mystery niggas. You know what I'm saying? Nigga with a fucking question mark on his back and shit. We got the bat in the building. You heard? The big bat. I know y'all niggas seen the bat flying around. You heard? So shit alive, and before anything, anyway, after the interview, we're gonna pay homage to a whole bunch of shit that's going on, you heard? But, so, I just want to get it cracking right now real quick. I'm gonna get Bat in here. Let's see what it is. I'm getting the man an hour. Shit alive, guys, shit alive. Here we go. Yo, yes. Here we go. We live with Bat. Yo, that's crazy right there. Bat, what's good? What's going on, Bat?
Yo, thanks for having me.
Yeah, no doubt, bro. Before anything, we just wanted we wanted to let you know why we have you on the show. Like, we salute people that impact the culture, salute people that destroy the streets and really add on to the game. And lately, and for a hot little minute, you're making crazy noise. You know what I'm saying? You're raising mad awareness, like, yo, who's the bat? What is this and shit? So we salute all the dedication that you put into the streets, you heard? And that's why we have you on Graph Champs.
Word. Thank you very much, man. Thank you for having me.
Anytime, bro. So this is how we do in Graph Champs fashion. We start from the beginning. But before we start from the beginning, I just want to ask one question. Are you originated from New York City?
No, I
Okay,
originated Jersey City, New Jersey.
Jersey. Okay, so we're gonna start right now. What got you into graffiti from the beginning, Bat?
Just seeing shit on the streets, you know, being in like the bad neighborhood, growing up there, you see a lot of shit going on. And I feel like as a kid, that was just a staple of my neighborhood between, drug dealing and people selling fireworks and all that. Like those guys wrote graffiti too. And they all had nicknames, and, everybody had a cool fucking nickname except for, us when we were kids. So you knew everybody as a nickname. And then when you saw their nickname, you knew they were there. They put their name there. So you grow up seeing it. You grow up understanding what that is. And that's how I got into it.
So what year was this around? Like, could you tell me like more or less?
Like early, like 1990. I'm a
1990.
lot older than a lot of people realize, but
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
I was seeing things probably before that, not understanding what it was. But then, once I started understanding what it was, that's when I figured like, oh shit, this has impact. This people know who these people are. They have, they made their name, and it got recognition from us as kids. So you grew up knowing like, if you're in this neighborhood and you want motherfuckers to know who you are, there you go, right there. Start out,
So from the beginning, you said that just around your environment, seeing the writing and everything, that's what like got you into it. Was there like any specific names that you seen like that stuck to you that was like, oh shit, like I want to be like this nigga, or this nigga be killing shit?
There was someone who wrote A.K.A. He was like an old school. He sold us fireworks, and then he was trying to sell us weed, but we just knew him as A.K.A. And then he did letters, like you could read the letters that he did, and he would have shit everywhere. And I never connected that it was him until I seen him doing it. I was at his house and he was drawing, and I seen that shit and was like, yo, that's you. Like, I can't believe that's you. So yeah, that's how I figured it out. And that was like the huge thing for me right there. Oh shit. But meeting the person behind it, like, I don't know, that definitely, when you meet the person who does it, it's a trip, because they might not look like what you think they look like. And, either way, when they're cool, like someone you knew, that's even cooler,
Yeah. Did you ever met like somebody that you wanted to meet and they were dicks?
Absolutely. Too many
That's
times.
your
Too many
crushing
times
shit,
it's like
right?
that,
I hate
man.
that.
Yeah, that ruins it. That ruins it for sure. That's why, you don't want to meet your idols. They say don't meet your idols and all this. Like that's one of those reasons why you don't want to meet the idols. I'd rather have like a cool idea of someone in my head than meet them and then be a fucking asshole,
Yeah. So all right. So it's 1990. You're about to get in the graffiti game. I gotta ask you the $1,000,000 question. How did you get your tag?
I wrote a lot of different names in the beginning. We, started out writing anything, just not knowing you can't just take a name. So I remember I had like a Trek bike. So I wrote Trek because I thought that was a cool name. And then my friend nicknamed me Coop because that was like his favorite hip hop group was the Coop. So we listened to that shit, and that was like a name that he never saw nobody take. But then someone, called me out, said someone writes that, you can't have that name. So a little while after, I finally found a solid name, and I wrote that for a long time till about 2000. And I kept getting bagged for that name. So
Oh wow.
that came around when it was me and a bunch of dudes hanging out, and we were fucking around stealing and basically bums in this house, and we all stole. and then motherfuckers got lazy. They didn't want to steal. I was stealing, but we always said, like, you know, if you're stealing, you steal for the bat. It was like a fake deity, like our made up god, basically. And everyone drew him different. And this is basically like the original drawing of how I drew it. And I just adopted the name and it stuck. And it felt more, this has been more me than any other name that I ever wrote. Like this is it. This is my identity. So
that's
right
crazy.
And it's been like that since.
Very, very noticeable. The placement is A1. Like your placement couldn't be fucking better. How do you do it? What's your brain? Like, how do you thinking when you're hitting these streets?
It's kind of a mix of the spot that nobody wants and the spot that everyone overlooks and what's nobody doing. But it's New York City. Everybody does everything. So you got to find the thing that it's like a puzzle. Like what's the thing that nobody's paying attention to that would be crazy to do and doable, but you're not, you know, stepping on toes. There's a lot of rules, you know what I mean? So finding that thing, once you find that thing, you stick to it until you figure something else out. Always have another plan, you know?
So was the bat the first version of your, you know, because you have many tags, was that the first one that spilled over to New York?
Yes, that's the first one. I really hadn't even painted New York till about 2013, 2014, and I met Dean Four, and he put me down with VTO, Pain and Jams. They all put me down with VTO, so I was writing with Dean. Without Dean Four, I wouldn't know shit about New York. He definitely put me on to everything that was going on. Put me down to everything that was going on. And, you know, we basically clicked. And after that, I decided, it just took me a few years, but then I moved out here.
Wow. So like, was that one of your like passions? Like, yo, you know what? When I really like start taking it serious, I'm gonna go to New York.
Yeah, in a way, I knew that like this what I do is not like in Los Angeles. Bombing is looked at differently. There's people painting, and not to say that there's not people painting shit crazy here too, but it's just bombing is more accepted, and people are more likely to look at something like this and see it for what it is and not judge like, oh, this isn't, you know, a crazy ass burner or whatever, because yeah, all that is cool, but that's not me. So bringing it here, I knew that there was going to be people who would connect with it, and when I did come out, people did connect with it. So that was the message I needed right there. When I came out, people said, oh, this is what's up. I fucking love this, and I love doing it. So the math is right there.
Yeah, you're one of the very, very few also that came with a tag that has like a character, or people would look at your shit more like a street art type shit instead of like a graffiti, and they would be like, oh, that's a spot, fuck this shit, you know what I mean? But I don't see that happening to you. You don't, it might come across like that to some people, but me, I look at it like, because your placement is stupid. I love it. It's dumb. So did you think like that? Like people might go over me because they might think I'm some street art shit?
Yeah, it happens. You know, it happens. People aren't going to be as accepting because not all the time is it letters, but they see me do letters. They know that I can do letters, and maybe right now this is just what I'm doing. I could change it back to doing letters if I wanted to, but honestly, this is, and on another, you know, other people have said it's lazy and whatever else, and all that is true. It could be misconstrued as many different things, but first and foremost, like I bomb. You know, I don't fucking paint legal shit. I don't do art shows. I don't do the street art circuit at all. Instead, I go over that. I piss off the street art, and I want if people are going to look at me as street art, then I want them to look at me as the guy who ruined street art. I fucking hate that shit. And if I'm going to be jumbled up in that, then they're going to look at it and say, oh no, not this fucking guy. Now our mural is ruined. So it's the opposite. You know, it's taking something that people might love and making them hate it.
Yo, and I'm gonna tell you, because you know, many years ago, once upon a time, we was out there killing shit, destroying shit. You know what I mean? And I'm a street bomber. I'm a just straight streets. I look at you as a street bomber because I'm walking through the streets. I see your shit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't look at you like nothing else besides a street bomber. Could you tell me about the first time that you came to New York and you hit it and you just smashed it, and the feeling and everything? How did it go? Let me know the mindset.
The first time I came out, I booked a hotel in like right on Broadway in Brooklyn, not knowing what was up at all. I'd never been. And getting Broadway was a whole different animal because there's police station right there, undercovers, all that shit. And it was like shell shock because cops could be in any car. They could be in a van, and heroes or undercovers, all that. And I remember being paranoid as a, you know, bombing LA and other cities. But in New York, like, I've never sweat like that. Like, just fucking, it was, I had it easy before I came to New York. That's basically, in a nutshell, I had it easy. You gotta fucking be on your toes, especially when you're bombing by yourself. You gotta be on your toes. You can't be unless you don't give a fuck, that's fine too. But for me, I'm not trying to go to the bag, so my head is on a swivel, looking around more than I'm paying attention to what I'm bombing. So at the end of the day, I had to kind of check myself and be like, yo, you know, your shit's coming out looking kind of crummy because you're not paying attention to what you're doing. You're worried about the streets, and you just got to nut up. So I had to basically just be like, stop being a bitch and fucking do that shit. If you go, you go. And that's it.
Made it happen. Yo, recently I seen a video of RD, shout out to RD357 and shit. He a OG and shit. He was like, he mentioned your name too. He was like, yo, the boy Bat is getting up. I like that shit, da 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 da. So it's like you even getting the attention of, you know, the top of the top, and they're really accepting. It's not normal to be accepted, especially with a throwy that's a character basically instead of you know what I'm saying, a tag. How do you feel about that? Does that motivate you?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's an honor, obviously, from someone like that. That's an honor, but I'm more used to the hate, so I operate, the machine is fueled by hate. You know, more people talk shit and whatever, fuck, you know, now I'm gonna force it down your fucking throat. When they start to like to see it, then it's almost like I don't know what to do, because again, like, the machine is fueled by hate and anger. When people don't like it, that makes me want to do it more. When they like it, then I feel like, I don't know, I'm not used to that. Am I doing something wrong now? Like, I've done a lot of dumb shit too, which pissed people off real bad. And, you know, I hate to say that, you know, I have some regrets, but there are some things that I did that were fucking stupid, and I had to learn the hard way. So now that I've made it, you know, around the block, and people are starting to see that, you know, I'm not going nowhere, and that I'm not a fucking, you know, I make mistakes, but, you know what I mean, I'm only human. So it's kind of nice. It's kind of nice, but I'm getting used to it.
Nice. Have you like ventured out to like the Bronx and deep Brooklyn and stuff like that, venturing out looking for spots?
Yeah, I've started recently casing shit, and I've been out there, but I just, honestly, I've said it before too, coming and being an outsider and going into people's neighborhoods, and it almost seemed like it would be, you know, disrespectful to go up in your shit and be fucking shit up. Like, I learned, like I said, I learned the hard way just in Manhattan. You could fuck up real easy, and automatically, oh yeah, if I'm fucking up out here, if I go to the neighborhoods, I'm gonna do something fucking stupid. So I need to school up before I go do that shit and let people know, you know, I'll earn my stripes if I got to, but this is where it's at. I'm gonna do it here, and then once people recognize and I've, you know, find my roots, then I'll make it out there. So.
Well, that's dope. That every step of the way, like you honor the history. You try to know the history, know the rules, know what people don't want to upset people and shit like that. That's good. That's dope, because a lot of kids jump in this game and they don't know the history of nothing. They just go over whoever they, just act any type of way. And shit. So it's rare that someone will come and, like, you said you gotta put in your work and build your way up to that. But a lot of kids now, they just go anywhere and shit. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? You get up and everything, but it's a lot of garbage and shit. What do you think about the graffiti today? You think there's more garbage than good shit?
I try not to care, but I know that there's something out there for everybody. I know that there's something out there for everybody. So, one man's trash is another man's treasure, There's punk rock kids out there that do their thing, and there's hip hop heads, and there's the Puritans that they want to see, classic burners, all that. It's all it's just like food. We all have different tastes, so I'm not gonna knock something just because I don't want to try it. It's just not for me. There's plenty of shit that's not for me, but what I do like is just everything being destroyed, like the fact that everything is destroyed. That's a good feeling, being a part of that, being a part of, the destruction of society. So yeah, I may disagree with how something looks, but I'm not going to make a stink about it. It's not my business, and you know what? We all got to start somewhere. Look at what I'm doing. This ain't a work of fucking masterpiece art. This is a fucking crummy ass bat that I managed to make into something. So really, I don't feel like I have the right to be judging other people on that.
All right, that's real. So since you've been in the game since the 90s, you know about all the, like, do you have any, like, favorites?
Yeah, I like a lot of shit. I mean, in a sense, I really like the classic shit. I really like the RD and the Sen 4 and I like, the two-letter names. That's like we called that the two-letter miracle when I was growing up. Like, anybody who could come up with a cool two-letter name, they had the two-letter miracle. Everybody else had to think of a 5-letter word, 3-letter word, 4-letter word. Some people write long-ass words. So those cool names were what really stuck out. Boner, that shit always, I love that. VFR, VFR, all that. I love all the classic New York bombing. But we also grew up loving, CES and FX and all that shit too, because I learned the opposite way. We burned, and then we learned bombing and tagging, because people didn't respect tagging and bombing where I was at. You had to do wild styles and shit, but I just knew that wasn't for me. Also, I always loved doing characters. So, like Sabe, KST, and all the old school Subway art characters, the Von Day and all that shit. I loved that. I always wanted to be the guy in the production doing the characters and the background and all that shit. And I loved letters, but I love the character made more sense to me. I don't know why. It's just the way it's always been. So for me, I always thought it was dope for those who could be famous for just a tag. It was like the greatest, like fucking ear snot. People see that shit. You don't got to do nothing else, which is fucking dope. But then I seen like Sabe, KST, even fucking Katsu, all these. Raid did that fucking rat. All these motherfuckers had these characters, and I was like, yo, this is dope, because it's not a bomb, but it is. It's not a tag, but it's a symbol. And so the symbolism of it was what I was really attracted to. I've just thought, like, the word made sense for me. It was part of my personality, but the actual character was what was most important. I knew I couldn't just come on the scene just doing the character. There had to be letters. You had to prove that you could do that shit. So now that I feel like I've correlated the name to the character, it's okay, you know, maybe I'll do this for now. Maybe I'll start burning again one day. Who knows?
Yeah, when the picture of the piece, the BATS, yo, the bat, it was like what was it? It was white, the sharp shit, yeah, right, with the white, red, and black. That shit, I didn't even know you could get down like that. That shit looked fire.
Well, like I said, we grew up right there by LA, and the standard was very fucking high. You couldn't come out with just some bomb and get recognition. You had motherfuckers like, you know, RB, LTS, a lot of these big MSK, all these guys were there. And if you were going to try to, you know, you either blend in or you stand out. If you want to blend in, have fun with that. But for me, I want to try to do something that people are going to notice is different, even if it's a little different, you know? So
I got to put you on the
work, you know, I'm
now. I got to put you on the spot. Who got the best character? Who got the best character, Throwy? Who? Who's the top? Just your favorite.
All right. It's a tough call. Man.
So put top three. If you want, you can put your top three favorites. A little easier.
I don't want to leave nobody out, but I'm going number one is Save KST for the evil face. The evil face. Just because it's angry, you know, it's got that look. I would say, you know, number two would be obviously Katsu, because that skull, to me, that's when you see that, it's like death. Like, you go to the neighborhood and you see skulls everywhere, and that's like, do not enter. Fucking death is in here. And then my other favorite character would probably be just like anything from that Von Bodie, like all those old school subway trains that they did. Cheech Wizard, like the Cheech Wizard is definitely the original nasty boy, kicking people in the balls, being a dick, being a pervert.
Oh, yeah.
The pervert shit is where it's at. For me, that's that personality is what a lot of characters lack. So, you know, there is a lot of dope characters and there's a lot of dope writers, but the personality is what's missing. So the Cheech Wizard would have to be the big number three.
That's a fact. And just those books like Subway Art, Spray Can Art, those are the shits that inspired me when I was a kid. I was in the book fair, came across them. Then like a year later, I saw Wild Style by mistake. I was mad intrigued, always seeing the trains bombed up. Did you ever get to see the trains bombed up from New York, like yourself, like ride them when you was a kid?
Only as a little kid, mostly the tags on the insides. I honestly don't recall ever seeing like whole cars or none of that. Obviously, I saw freight trains where I lived. There was mad freight train lines, so I saw more shit like that as far as train graffiti goes. But it was still in the same. It was in the same end of that era. So a lot of people were moving over to doing the freight trains. So I got to kind of see that transition.
What about the rollers, bro? Tell me about your roller missions, bro.
Well, it just kind of goes along with like looking around and see what runs, but also seeing what's a challenge, and you know, what is nobody willing to try. Like, why doesn't anyone stand on the sidewalk and try to get a roller just right here? You know, what's the fucking trouble in trying that? So I would give it a shot, and once I saw I could do it, then I'm like, okay, now it's game on. I'm gonna keep trying to do this. I figured out my program, and I just kept going with it. And after a while, they actually started to run, and that's when I wasn't used to my graffiti running because shit gets buff fast where I'm from. And after a while, it started adding up, and I didn't have a plan really for, oh shit, what if it stays? I never thought about that. So now that there's shit running, I'm like, oh fuck, like this shit really worked. I wasn't prepared for that. So that there's gonna be more. There's gonna be more.
That's crazy that your mentality is that you don't even believe that your shit is gonna run. That's wild.
Even 24 hours is good for me. A night shot is good enough for me.
That's bad crazy. Did you ever hear of a nigga that wrote Hex, that did the ill pieces from like LA, I think? Hex?
Yeah, absolutely. I remember there was videos of him painting and talking shit to people, and he's still around. And all those, I grew up with all those magazines, Can Control, On the Go, all that shit. We looked at all that. 12-ounce Profit, when that came out, that was before the internet. The best thing you could get was a graffiti magazine, and they were few and far between. You might have to go to your friend's house to look at all his magazines, but that was it. That was your window to the world. So we saw all that shit. I remember there was this dude who wrote Wiz Art, and he was in all the 12-ounce Profits, and he had dope-ass characters. I always was like, fuck, this motherfucker's characters are the shit. But he also had the dope name, too. So, again, like, I grew up just loving all of it.
What about Videographs? Did you watch Videographs?
Actually, yeah, we had access to Videograph. The Overflow movies with Easy Rock, they were the breakdancing movies, but they had graffiti in it. We had this old school movie called Aerosol Warfare was what it was called. And it was an all over the world movie. I remember when Dirty Hands came out, we were fucking fighting to get that fucking shit. So I remember Doms in Videograph. I think it was Videograph 2 or Videograph 5 maybe. But Doms was like, that shit blew our minds because we've never seen nothing like that. We've seen JA, but we don't know about the cats from the neighborhoods. Like, that shit, we ate that the fuck up.
Salute to Doms, baby. Yeah, Doms is one of the first writers I met when I was a young teenager, bro. And yeah, bro, we've been bros ever since. He was on Graph Champs also. It's crazy that you say his name, bro. Salute to Doms. And shit. What about all your peoples that you said that y'all all had different versions of the bat, because it was like a deity that you all used to like praise or whatever, but they don't look at you and be like, oh shit, I should do that too, or be like, yo, it's crazy that you turned it into graffiti and now you blew up with it.
Ola is my painting partner, and he has his Viking character, but it's not the same as the bat. Like, the bat is the name and the character that goes with the name. So his Viking is like the O for his bomb, and our characters kind of flow together on that note. But he's the only one left out of that whole team of cats that still does shit. Everybody else just either fell off. They might still follow, they might see me and trip out, but he's really one of the only guys who's still out there really getting it, besides the homie Boris, who he's like Boris from Rocky and Bullwinkle. That's another homie right there. So
and I forgot about Ola. I thought Ola was a crew.
What's that?
I thought that Ola was a crew. OLA. My bad about that. That was a mistake.
It's a common mistake. That's all good, man. It's happened for a long time. If you're not familiar, it's no big deal.
So that was one of your old bombing partners?
Still to this day, the oldest bombing partner that I have. And he's out doing his thing. I'm out doing mine. And sometimes we reconnect. And when we do, we try to fucking knock it out of the park,
What about in on the other side where you're from and shit? Like, who's the biggest nigga? Did you ever like run into MQ or anybody like that over there?
No, never met him. Really, we met a lot of the dudes who were doing like the burners and shit like that. Like someone who I can definitely say was very cool to us was like Posh, who was from CBS when we were kids. That he was fucking dope. He's fucking OG homeboy. Another cat that wrote Aura, that I'm in a crew with, both of them now, from EK with them. Those two are fucking super cool to me. So like CBS was very, very cool to me. LTS, Arby from LTS was fucking super cool. Just that kind of graffiti was what was around, so it really influenced us. And when you meet someone and they're actually cool to you, you know, it pushes you to want to do better in that sense. But for the most part, it's all hate out there. There's a lot of hating, a lot of fucking, you know, bozos and shit. But there's a lot of real cool motherfuckers out there too. You just like right now out there's a dude that writes Pegas, and he's a dope motherfucker too. He's got mad fucking style, and he's a bad motherfucker. And he just, you know what I mean? He does his thing. He meets you, you're fucking chill. That's what's up. You know what I mean? Not some cocky. It's Hollywood, man. You know, everybody's a fucking superstar. So if someone treats you chill, that's what's up.
What? Oh, you all right? So you love street bombing. You gotta give me your favorite street bombers of all time.
Like top 3.
Top whatever, whoever you could think of, whoever you want to pay homage to.
Well, I'll say this. You know, rest in peace, Vamp. Rest in peace, FEism. Both those cats. FE especially, I had an opportunity to paint with, and I would have never hit Brooklyn in the areas that I did if it weren't for him. So both of them right there, that's, you know, that's history right there for me. As far as what I saw growing up, I mean, yeah, I saw MQ, you know, like you can't deny Ty, MQ, all those cats, but also fucking JA, Kez, all these guys too. And then mostly like the tagging, even SR, all that shit. I saw that shit, and I love all of it. So I feel like it's wrong to kind of, because a lot of people catch play and they do the work, so they deserve the credit. But there's a lot of people who do a lot of work that aren't noticed, and I feel like it's not right to shout just a few people out. Shout out to everyone who is out there fucking bombing, whether it was the past or the present. Fucking kill.
Yeah. Did you ever like know about Easy and Jaws, rest in peace, back then, and niggas like that?
Yeah, absolutely. Again, like, to be famous for a tag, like, I know they could do more, but like an Easy tag to me is better than any burner. You know what I mean? Like, you see that tag, and if I see, like, for a minute I was seeing Easy and Karma going out, and I would see those tags and be like, that's not a spot. You know, like, that's not a spot to fill in over. Now, you know, I had to learn about that the hard way, but now, like, even I'll say this, Philly hands too. I look at a Philly hand and I'm like, that to me that's like their burner, you know what I mean? Even though they can burn, to me those tags are sacred, so I don't go over shit like that. But again, you know, I was clipping tags with fills. I was doing dumb shit, not realizing that this is what that person does. Like, that's their shit. So when you cover that, you covered not only someone who's a legend, but you took the thing that they do away, and they work hard for that. So I think it should be recognized. When just because it's a tag doesn't mean that it could get, the rules may not apply. The rules may not apply, at least to me.
Yeah, nah, it's, you know, the rules vary because, you know, fill-in goes over tag, but I'm not going to go over an Easy tag. I'm not going to go over a trap tag. I'm not going to go over a fib tag. You know, if it's somebody that just bombed it, you know, last month or some shit, that's something different. But some old school shit, I'm definitely not going over. I don't give a fuck what it is.
Nah, yeah, but you got to know, people are gonna make mistakes. People are gonna fuck up. There's Back and Zeno too, who, their
Rest in
tags are
peace.
still out, their bombs are still out, and you got to know who these people are. If you're gonna come
Yeah,
and
that's a fact.
hit the city, you got to know. If you don't know, you're gonna do something fucking stupid. And trust me, I've done every dumb fucking thing you could imagine. So now that I have the knowledge, I can move on and hopefully do the next right thing for me.
Nah, that's dope, bro. That's like you respect the game, Most niggas don't give a fuck, They just keep going.
Nah, I could not give a fuck about a lot of shit, but that's not one of the things. You know what I mean? Like, I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks of me. You know what I mean? You see us over here fucking drawing dicks and doing stupid shit, but that's for me. That's what this is about. Is if you see something for me, maybe you laugh or maybe you get mad or whatever else. But for them, they did their thing, and it should be recognized that, like, that's not the same world right there. This character is a part of something that's more, I put more thought into this than people think.
Yeah, you could tell by the puppet. It looks crazy. I'm talking to a puppet right now.
We whipped this up in like an hour. I wanted to offer you a little something different for your shit. Sometimes I rock a mask, but I try to offer you something a little different this round. You know what I mean? Just try to make it a little more interesting for you.
Nah, it's fire, my nigga. I can't wait to, like, when you branch out and you know what I'm saying, and destroy, because there's a lot of, I see the way you play shit, and there's a lot of fucking things in Brooklyn that you would have fun on. You would dance all over.
I've been, it's chess, not checkers, and I got to stay, a few moves ahead of the game. And I'm also a little OCD, so I have things that I want to do still in certain areas that I don't feel right about just walking away and then moving on to a new area. It's part of the ritual that I gotta finish the job and then move on. I might not make sense for other people because a wall is a wall to a lot of people, but to me, when I have an idea in my head, I got to get that idea out of my head because it's poison. I won't sleep. I won't think right until it's done. So until the job's done, I'm not going to move on, but I'm very close to being done and moving on.
Dope. Did you ever have like a dream, like, collaboration, like somebody that you always wanted to, you know what I'm saying, do a bomb with, a Bat and someone else?
That's a good question. Damn. I would be down. I know RD does those big ass fucking RD letters. I think a Bat would look fucking badass next to that shit. You know what I mean? Aside from that, the fact that I even have done any of the shit that I've done, like, that's already a dream come true, So I feel honored to have been able to make it this far and do what I've done. And I've got to paint with some real cool people. I painted with King Baby not too long ago. You've seen him up, but he's a fucking cool motherfucker, and he's got a fresh brain with fresh ideas, and that was a lot of fun. I painted with Sinus, another cat, Anso, you name it. I've had a great time. Even the best is when you paint with, like, the OGs like Dean 4 and all those. They know the streets better than anybody. FE was amazing to paint with because he knew the streets. Blessed to have painted with anybody, and I can't always meet up and paint with people, but if I could, it don't matter. I don't got nothing against nobody. I'll paint with whoever.
Yeah, that's dope, man. And it's like, it's not pop art, and it's really street bombing, but it's like it provokes thought. You know what I'm saying? When people see your shit, that it's noticeable and it provokes thought. Like, niggas be like, yo, what the fuck is that?
Thinking about, like, a symbol, you know, it's not a letter. So when you paint something like this, it's going to stick in people's brains maybe better than a word. They might read the word a million times, and yeah, they know, they've seen, you know, False and Goog and all these cats. They're up like fucking crazy. But when they see this, that's going to be like, what the fuck is that thing? What is that thing? That's a bat? And maybe they think it's like Batman or some shit like that, which obviously the sign, the symbol came from that, but it's not. Like, this is not about being a fucking hero. Fuck that. But even if they think that, sometimes I'll be painting on the streets and motherfuckers will be like, yo, Batman. And I'll be like, all right, fuck it. You know, they're not mad about it, so I'm going to keep going. So even that, they see it and they associate it with a symbol that they, you know, they recognize. And it is kind of cheating in that sense, but at the same time, that was the plan, was a universal symbol that people would have to recognize.
So do you have a favorite spot that you did, like your best bat, like, yo, this was the best spot, the best craziest shit?
My favorite one was, I sent you one of the pictures. It was on 5th Avenue and it had like the red cracked lightning bolt fucking things on it. It got buffed, but it ran for a minute. And to have something on like 5th Avenue was insane to me. The fact that I got up there and I could see people in the skyscrapers around me while I'm doing it, knowing all they got to do is look out the window. And I tried to go as big as I could. And it ran for a good minute, so I was very happy with that. That was the biggest bat that I've ever done. So that's my favorite. I aspire to do something bigger than that.
How long you think that took you around to do?
Surprisingly, not that long, because I was undisturbed. A lot of times it takes a while to do these things because you get disturbed by people or the fucking cops or whatever. But when you're on a roof, it's not, you know what I mean? You have less shit to worry about than when you're standing on the sidewalk. So I banged it out probably less than 2 hours.
Wow.
Just kind of taking my time, you know. I didn't feel the need to rush. So, you know, I took my time and I did what I had to do. I got the fuck down.
Fire, bro. Like, I never did nothing crazy big like that. I'm just strictly a tag bomber, really. You know, I caught rooftops and shit like that, but never like giant blockbusters or rollies on the side of buildings. Like, I did a rollie? Nah, I never did a rollie. Nah, I didn't. I might have did one and shit, but that wasn't really my shit. It was always street bombing, you know? Fucking, one of my favorite characters too is Plasma Slug and the UFOs. He said, my boy over here said
UFO for sure. UFO for sure. Plasma Slug. There's this other cat that writes Darky Poop. I don't know what he calls his character.
Darky Poop.
I remember that.
Yeah, he does the shit. He does that stupid face and shit. It's a pile of shit. Yeah.
Yeah. That shit's great too, bro. That shit's great.
I haven't heard that in a long time. Darky Poop. That's funny. Another one was my boy right here said you and Claw would be dope to hit shit together.
It would be an honor. And on top of that, that's like the queen of the symbol character. That right there is like, let's keep it real. I didn't invent the idea of taking a word and turning it into a symbol. That's the fucking originator of that shit right there. And if she's not the originator, I don't know who is. You know, maybe she's been around a long time, and you know, there's a lot of ladies out there who kill it, but she made her shit a business, and like, she did the goddamn thing and continues on, and she shows love, and you know, that I have no problem saying that she's another huge inspiration to me.
Flowing.
Yo, bro, I guarantee the bat claw, bat claw.
Oh, bat claw.
Yo, that's crazy. I'm sure, yo, I gotta hit her up, bro. I gotta make this connection with y'all, cause I'm sure she would fucking love to like collab with you, yo. You're like, you say, I know you say it's all about the graph, and you don't go to art shows, and it's not about that or nothing, but you could easily fucking blow up off of this shit, yo, easily. Have you ever thought about that? I know you're against it, you know what I'm saying, but has it ever crossed your mind?
It's not that I'm like against it. It's more like that's a long ways away for me. Like even if I go to my grave never doing that, that's not part of the plan. The plan is to keep doing this. If it ends up one day that I do that shit, fine. But that's the object is destruction. All else is to be ignored.
Yo, I fucked with that hard body, my nigga. You heard, yo, and I gotta try to make this claw connection happen. That shit would be sick. But besides that, yo, you gotta keep killing streets, man. Do you have any like words for like the dudes that's coming out right now and shit?
Just learn your history. As corny as it might sound, ask around. Learn the neighborhood you're in. Learn where you are. Try. Google the name before you go write the name. Google the fucking name. We got Google now. We got Instagram. All that shit. Before you put the name, go and look into it. Read up on it, because you might be taking someone's name that, you know, people are. If you're trying to do this and make it a thing, come up with a name that people are gonna see and recognize, and it'll stand out. Don't take people's fucking names, but at the same time, for those of us, there's a new bat every fucking day, and I gotta live with that. So try to be different. If you are gonna, you know, choose a name and stick with it, try to make it a little different so that you can fucking have yours. Don't ride off of other people's shit. You know, other than that, it's just don't let anything stop you. Don't let the hate stop you, because people are going to hate on you, and that's good. The hate is good. Keep fucking going. Don't look back. I say it all the time. Like, the internet is like traffic, and everyone wants to stop and see the accident. When you fuck up, everyone's going to hop on and talk shit and try to discourage you. Just keep fucking driving. Keep driving past the accident. Keep fucking going. Don't be the fucking looky-loo, the person on there talking shit. Don't read the internet comments. Just fucking go for it. But don't let the internet get to your fucking head either. Like, this is just the fucking internet. Just because you see thousands of likes on your shit, don't be a fucking egomaniac. You know, treat people like how you want to be treated. You know, you don't got to fucking suck dick and fucking whatever else, but you know, be reasonable. Treat people with fucking respect and get respect. Treat people like a fucking dick, and you never know who you're fucking with. Maybe somebody don't play that, you know what I mean? And I wouldn't feel bad for you for being a fucking dick and you got booked. Good. Learn your fucking lesson.
That's a fact. Yo, Bat, we just want to salute you, bro, and we love everything you do, and we support every step that you take in this fucking game, you heard? Graph Champs, bro, we salute you, we respect your shit, nigga.
Much respect. Really appreciate you guys having me on. Like I said, I try to come on here and bring you something a little different, do something a little different for you guys. So it was a unique experience, you know? I appreciate you guys.
Nah, we salute you, bro. Thank you. It was, bro. And like I said, we're gonna cheer on everything that you do, my nigga. Keep killing shit, and we'll see you next time. And thank you for blessing Graph Champs, my nigga. That was fucking episode 13, season 2, the Bat. You heard? Yo, thank you, Bat. You heard? You gotta X out yourself, Bat. Yo, son, that nigga is the man right there, son. Yo, salute. Thank you for everybody that tuned in. Yo, salute RD. I see you. Salute my brother. Yo, salute to you. Thank you for jumping on and keeping the show, man. It's an honor. Thank you for everybody that jumped on, bro. Thank you. That was a crazy episode. BAT, my nigga. BAT. That was dope, bro. That nigga was just saying, yo, A1s. That wasn't some funny shit. That nigga was just like, yo, that nigga's a straight up nigga, bro. That's fire. Yo, thank you. Yo, tune in to the next shows, everybody. Y'all niggas gotta share the live and keep all the viewers coming just like this for every show, man, for real. Thank you. Yo, salute Diablo. Love you, my nigga. Yo, we gotta address, man. Rest in peace, Vamp. WRB, my bro. Rest in peace, Vamp. Rest in peace, bro. This dude, I can't even believe that he passed away, bro. Condolences to his family, to his friends. That was one of my friends. We took a big loss. The graph world took a big loss. Yo, rest in peace, Vamp. I don't even know how to explain it, yo. And rest in peace, Joba, man. Rest in peace, my bro Joba. You know, my man Trudy's cousin, man. Rest in peace. Life is short, bro. Like Bat said, treat people the way you want to be treated. Keep your family close to them. You love them. Life is short, bro. These two dudes were very, very good dudes, bro. Friends of mine and shit, bro. I don't know what else to say, man. It's sad, but you know, always keep Vamp's name. And you know what I'm saying, in your graph, you know what I'm saying, and that's what it is. We got to keep that nigga's name alive, you know. WRB, man. Yo, condolences to the NFG family too, Over and all of them niggas too. You know, that was the extension of NFG and shit. So that's all I wanted to say. But we got some shows coming up, right, Joe? All right, man. I'm trying to tell y'all niggas, man. Let me put on my fucking theme music real quick. Hold on, man. Niggas is playing games, nigga. Graph champs.
Diablo, SR the General. Full blast to beat God. Grab, chant, grab, chant, grab.
We got some shows coming up next, baby. We got some shows lined up, everybody. Yo, some dope shows. Please follow Graph Champs. Follow the YouTube page. You can go follow us, subscribe to YouTube and see all the past shows. We got all the legends, bro. Yo, salute to everybody, man. Salute to my Supreme Clientele Radio family. Salute Straight 16 family. Full Blast music. My boy Dios Diablo. Everybody, man, everybody. Yo, salute to Dark Side Cream, this new project. Yo, this shit is retarded. Get it, pick it up. Legacy, man. Shit is fire. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Viral Monarch Clothing. Shout out to fucking Believe in Me Clothing. You heard? Bushwick Radio, salute. S Street Media, salute. 1718 Collective, salute. The Bushwick Collective, salute. All the supporters of Graph Champs. You heard? My whole MBK family, the whole family. Yo, salute, Crow. I love you. I see you. Yo, PD, I see you. Salute, my brother. Salute to you. All of y'all.
Tell a friend, go and tell a friend, interviews it don't. From the start up to the end, let's show off love and call it glory time. Repost is post on your post, shares post up on your storyline. That's all the call General, Graph Champs. Full blast music, the beat God. Straight 16, straight awards.
Alright, yo.
4-5 to God.
Salute. I'll see y'all next time.
Supreme Clientele Radio.